Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame, though it might be nice to.
What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to the Order of Phoenix. This is part 2, where we have just left off from Umbridge's Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom.
Where she refuses to teach him practical spells, so we're going to
George and
Fred and George, yeah, and to learn how to do combat.
So let's continue. So we actually literally just tried to record this like 3 times, and one of the times my mic wasn't even on. Second time I was like, because we do it through Media Player on OBS because we're pre-recording, the second time I was recording the first part and not the second part, and then like this is like the 4th time, but we're back. So now we're just off to find George and Fred, which this time we're playing on keyboard and mouse, and it is harder than I remember. You can get the harder handle, but
yeah, I'll explain my bit.
also we were saying earlier when we were actually recording this that we might do like the discoveries off, or not off camera, but we might do the discoveries as like a mini series of each floor and each discovery. So yeah, that'll be good. Again, this is far too loud. Turn that down a bit. But yeah, so this is George and Fred, and in this one we learn Stupido, or Stupefy, and Expelliarmus.
Harry Potter's favourite spell.
So yeah, we're just gonna crack on with this.
I think this is actually his first time he's actually learned how to do Expelliarmus.
The first one was Wingardium Leviosa and Reparo. I ken that for when we were in Thingy's house.
No, I meant in
combat.
the film. No, in the film.
In the film,
like,
I don't know. I can't even remember the films.
I'm sure this is where he learned how to do it. But I know later on that like there's a spell that Jenny is really good at, and like Harry already knows that one.
But that was thingy. This one's Stupefy.
Expelliarmus. So the first one was Stupefy, she means, and then the second one.
This one's Stupefy. This is Stupefy.
Oh.
The first one's Expelliarmus.
It's confusing.
But after this bit, we actually get to fight our first Slytherin, which is quite fun.
It's actually kind of ridiculous.
There's one bit in the game where you get to fight Malfoy and all his fucking twat pals, but we're not at that bit yet. Which is super hard, by the way. There's like 6, 7 of them against 3.
Aye. But they did quite well. So usually when it comes to this, as Cole was saying to me earlier, this part, after this combat part, it usually ends up crashing. But we get lucky today.
That's the thing with me, it happened every single time. So I've had this game for quite a bit, and every single time after you beat this Slytherin, it crashes, so you have to exit and restart the game, and it normally makes you fight him all over again. But this time it didn't crash, so that's a good start. But this bit was actually kind of tricky on the mouse and keyboard. I've done it before, but it was a bit like I've noticed that when you're moving like side to side and in circles and that, you can't actually cast your spell, you have to stand still. But yeah, bet him. Now Harry's off to his detention.
with Dolores Umbridge.
Which, this is the bit where he curses.
And gets it's basically in the film, he gets a cursed pen. And every time he writes, the saying is, "I must not tell lies." And he gets it carved into his arm. And believe it or not, in every single film, they've had it. They've had that on his arm. And even J.K. herself in the books has wrote, you know, sometimes Harry would look at his hand and be like, "I must not tell lies." And he basically knows the truth.
But I think this is the bit where we get that book, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we learn a new spell here, which is the Incendio spell. Which actually, to be quite fair, in the film, Hermione uses Incendio quite a lot. But this is the part where I take over in the library. And it was very hard for me because I'm not used to the mouse. Like, I have played not console. I have played computer games like on a PC properly, but these were different sort of games where it was like old school arcade games, so it was easy with just mouse.
That's the thing, like,
stuff.
I think the hardest bit, the magic's really easy with the mouse, but the hardest bit is moving with the keyboard because it's W, A, S and D. And I feel like that just, like, sometimes you press for Harry to go left and he ends up just turning around and going the other way, which is annoying.
Actually, at this part we're going to get our first portrait password, and it's a shortcut in the game. And I was explaining to Cole earlier that this is the most easiest one to get, and also the Slytherin dungeon one, which I'll probably show later.
So who do we have to go to get this password? Where do we have to go?
Oh, you have to go down to the Great Hall, near the Great Hall, and there'll be a first year Ravenclaw. You can tell it's a first year. You see the blue, go straight over to her, speak to her, and she'll tell you where Ravenclaw came from. And it's easy, she came from the Glens, but you have to do this to get it. And it's the easiest one, and so is the chubby pork chop lady, where you have to go and
you just go to another portrait.
you go to this portrait that we just passed, and you get the pork chop, and well, he sends up food to her, and then you get the password.
Right, so it's the lass
That's just
with
here.
the ponytail with the blue.
Yeah.
It's her that we speak to, and we just ask her where Ravenclaw came from.
Rowena Ravenclaw, that's what I meant to say. So there you go. Easiest one. It's just like in the first part where you have to get the password for the common room, and you have to speak to a first year Gryffindor. He's literally, sometimes he can be walking up the passage and he'll go past the password door and he'll go straight up to the top and just stand there. But this is a shortcut to the library and Herbology, I think it is. And there's also another easy one where you have to repair suits of armour and it covers up this eye, and the guy's like, haha! And then you get the password to the clock tower, and he basically says that the password is the easiest password to remember. Studious success for that one. And also I'll explain the library password as well. That one's easy. Go to the Great Hall and Dumbledore's stand. Use every single spell from Wingardium Leviosa to Incendio, and then he'll drop a newspaper after you speak to the library. But this is where I took control, and I swear I fucking hated this.
That's the thing, I feel like because I'm used to like playing with mouse and keyboard, it's a lot easier for me. Like, I was playing, before I started playing Lara Croft with a pad, an Xbox controller, I was doing it on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
But Lara Croft seemed to be a lot easier with the mouse and keyboard than it did with the pad at some points.
Yeah. Until we learn that you can do unlock manual grab. Well, turn it off. Because we were using the pad, and the thing with manual grab, she'll hold on. We were using it where it was manual grab off, so we had to hold in RB, and I always slipped up like.
That's the thing, sometimes we'd hold RB and she just wouldn't even grab,
Yeah.
and it's annoying. But I do plan on doing videos on Lara Croft for my channel, maybe some tips and tricks, but I don't know. But this is the bit where it got quite complicated.
I couldn't move, like, switch targets. for
I
some
actually
reason.
think it's left or right click and left click to switch target.
I thought that, but this is where I was getting kind of frustrated with it, because this is supposed to be the easiest bit. Like, the easiest
That's the
thing
thing,
to
I
do.
feel like because it is a PC game, I mean, a lot of people do play it on mouse and keyboard, but I feel like it's just so easier with the pad.
Yeah, they're
Except
veterans.
the only spell that doesn't work is Reparo with a pad.
Aye.
Well, it does work, but you have to really fucking try.
Yeah,
Which is a
it's
bit
not-
of a piss
But
take,
when
but-
we're doing the discoveries, I think we should use the mouse.
Yeah.
If only you could have it where the controller and mouse were together, so you could just use either one, but you can't. It's complicated. But I'm saying this part, it was like frustrating because one big fat cunt Ron got in the way, even though he's my favourite character. Well, favourite actor as well, Rupert Grint is. I like them all in certain ways, but like
Mings is probably wrong like this. I
Right.
do like Ron.
it's Ron first and then Neville second for me. I just like how Neville becomes this like brave hero at the
Yeah,
end.
like at the start he becomes like
He's
the person to be bullied, and then at the end he becomes like a hero.
Well, this is where it's sort of like fucked up a bit. I went to press the enter button, wouldn't do it. He just kept on trying to do Wingardium fucking Leviosa.
Anyway, this is a book, so now we go to Myrtle's bathroom, Mona Myrtle, which is actually probably the easiest bit.
She's a great actor. The Scottish lass who plays as Mona Myrtle. She's a great actor, but in this, like, she's fucking annoying.
Yeah. She just comes, like, every time you discover something, she just comes with the fucking blue through the
Well,
ceiling and just starts talking.
Well, it's every time you level up.
And it's like, bitch, we know. Get over yourself.
It's every time you level up, like, you'll get spell casting that's more powerful, but it's like, what is the point when there's barely any fucking combats in this? It's more like stuff like this.
That's
if
the
you
thing,
know
I
what
feel
mean.
like there's more combats in the other game. Can't remember what it's called.
Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone than there is in
Believe it
this.
or not, Prisoner of Azkaban, I played it once. I only played the first level, and that had a lot of like combat in it. Same with Deathly Hallows, like the last game that they made, obviously because that's the last film. But like Deathly Hallows was more like a Call of Duty, but with fucking wands. You know, it was a great game, but I would love to play them all.
This is the bit where like I was just like, Harry, get down, you fucking nutter.
Well, you're like
You suicidal cunt.
You're suicidal cunt. That actually brought a smile to my face when you said that. I was just like, what the fuck, woman?
They wonder, like, this is what I mean, like, if you walk too close to a wall, like a ledge, you'll just jump on it. Like, bitch,
But
do
it's,
you have a fucking death wish?
controls, but here's where we learn a new spell, the Incendio spell.
Incendio!
What? Believe it or not, that's one of my favourite spells.
This is where you get to light things on fire.
It's one of my favourite spells because I think during the film of of Deathly Hallows, he actually uses it quite a lot in certain scenes.
So basically with this one is we just have to light all the lights, and then Mona Myrtle comes out of bathroom stall and she's like, they like the lights, I've got a headache. And then we're like, shut up bitch. Do all that.
There's going to be quite a few cutscenes after this.
I've also noticed the first time I played this, you can actually move the sinks and the mirrors in the middle of this bathroom.
Yeah, I know, that's a secret. That's a discovery for the Chamber of Secrets, which you cannot get into, which is a shame.
Here she comes. She fancies Harry.
She fancies everyone.
Mainly Harry.
She fancies Cedric Diggory in the fucking third film.
But yeah. So this video's almost over.
So yeah, we'll probably see you in the next one. Maybe in a couple of days.
Just before we end, because there is still like a minute left, what are your plans for the channel?
Well, I was hoping to do Red Dead 1 and 2, which Red Dead 2 is on deal this week, so I might just buy it because it's on deal. It's only 17 quid, so I might as well. Then I'm gonna do some Skate videos, Skate 3 and 1. Like, I really enjoy them games, and so do you, don't you? Probably end up doing them together.
Should do multiple.
But yeah, that's what I've got planned for. What have you got planned?
Well, I'm actually getting back into my builds. I uploaded a build yesterday, maybe the day before, I don't know. But yeah, I'm getting back into my builds. I think I'm going to start a Legacy Werewolf challenge because I got the new Werewolf pack that just come out. So I think I'm going to start that. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Also for the Harry Potter, we are just sticking to the story at the moment. And then when we have finished the whole story, we're going to make a mini series.
I already mentioned that.
Yeah, I know, but I want to explain that.
Well, it's about to end.
Where we discover all the discoverers and we'll get 100% in each area. There'll be short videos and it'll be one of us, like, we'll be doing one floor each, if you know what I mean. But we'll put our names, who's playing. But we'll still talk over them.
Yeah. We'll probably give like a few tips and tricks and stuff like that.
For the gobstones, the chests and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. My name is Clown, so